It's Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Ah, man, I tell you, these challenges are quite fun. So, showing you how much light our screen's taking in. We have two big windows over here. We have our screen over here. Let me pick up my stand here. That my stand sitting on. We have our overhead light over here. My screen comes in at 148 inches, 1610. It's quite big. The projector I'm using in my demonstration, sorry, but I'm trying to get my stand to adjust here a little better. My projector I'm using in the demonstration is an NEC. I'll put the model number of my projector below. This is an NEC projector that costs me in the price range of $60. That's it. Now I'm buying another one because this one has a stand attached to it. It goes downstairs to my floor projection setup. But the one I'm buying on eBay is going to cost me $130 to $140. That's it with free shipping. No calibrating. We don't do any of that stuff at the end of the day. So, one of the things I don't like when I watch these demonstrations on YouTube, or whether it be the hobbyists, whether it be the certifieds, at the end of the day, I don't like that you see these fake demonstrations, especially with ultra short throws. This is a projector that literally sits really on top of the screen. So there's no excuse for that projector to be sitting in a dark environment. And what I've already seen is I haven't seen a lot of people match the promo demonstration. We've seen one person actually do it because they had a very expensive screen in the environment. But it clearly just shows you have to spend the money for a high-end screen in order to be able to get that image to pull off the way they're supposed to do in the promo demonstration. But one of the things I've seen a lot of these demonstrations with the hobbyists is I do not see any of their videos matching the promo demonstration. They always have their demonstrations in very, very dark environments. They're using very little windows are being blocked, which I see that a lot in a lot of the demonstrations. We see a lot of windows being blocked left and right, due to the fact that the screens do have some issues picking up in fully lit environments. We see that a lot. Here we go. We'll go to another one. That's right, but I need this to be short and sweet. We have things to do today. Here we go. I'm going to do this one. I haven't done this one yet in a while.
One simple but brilliant trick to cool your home in 90 seconds. Tired of hot and stuffy route?
All right, so as I said before, the challenge we're putting out here pretty much strips away all the perks that these people use in their demonstrations. Again, windows being blocked by shades and curtains, furniture, demonstrations being done in dark environments. You can't even make out objects on the floor because the environment is so dark. I've seen some demonstrations where they have the door open and they'll have poor light coming through the windows because there's a huge bookcase blocking all that light. And keep in mind, when you go look at the screen, it's dark around the screen. I see a lot of LED lights behind the back of the screen to give off the illusion that the environment's really well lit, but it's not. We've seen those already before, and different certified companies do this all the time. We don't want to see any of that nonsense. And projectors, you don't have the perks of that 2 million to 1, or maybe whatever you may have on your projector, that's gone. You don't have the perks of having to be able to produce billions of colors, gone. You don't have the ability to calibrate, gone. All that's stripped away from you. What does your product really do at the end of the day? What is the customer paying for? Does he or she have to go out and spend the money for an overpriced, expensive projector in order to get the same quality? Or are they going to be stuck in a dark environment? And one of the things I've noticed more than anything in the world, I've noticed these demonstrations that they will stick to nice, bright colors in fully lit environments because it's less of a fade. Even though it's a washed out image on our end, they'll stick to those because for them, this is how it works. If you can see the object, it doesn't have to be the best visual to see. As long as you can see it, they consider that passable. We consider that to be a complete fail. That image should look the same way, as it should be very little difference between lights on or lights off when it comes to that technology, if your screen's doing what it's supposed to do. So we don't want to see any demonstrations of showing constant color on the screen, and all demonstrations must show a 2 or 3 contrast demonstrations. We're not talking about little areas where you have a little darkness here. We're talking about full 100% contrast hitting that screen. 3 of them. See the rules below? We have listed below. Now, also too, when you're doing the demonstration, you must be sitting back from the projector so they can see the entire environment, what's going on, how much light's in the environment. I can't stand when people do demonstrations where the camera is all the way up on top of the screen. You really can't make out what's going on in the environment or how the screen is reacting around it due to the fact that the camera is sitting too close to the screen. Window lights. No furniture blocking the windows at all, period. My chair's pulled back because I'm working right there. But no furniture blocking. We don't want to see sofas, bookcases, all that nonsense. I got a few trinkets on my area right there, but that's going to be removed once we put the shelf in there. But even with my little trinkets, we still have tons of light coming in because I don't have anything blocking my window light at all. In the front, you should be able to make out everything in the front. See how you can see all the different game systems I have, everything you can see with no problem whatsoever. And demonstrations I have watched, the environments were so dark, you couldn't even make out anything on the floor, any of the objects. You know, the particular individual, Fernando, had to get right up on top of the items to show you that he could see them. If you have to get that close, then there's a problem. You should be able to see that at 11, about 10 to 11 feet from where this projector is being set up at. So that shouldn't be a problem right there. Anything else we missed? No calibration, rest of the stuff put in there. Man, that's pretty much basically about it. So this challenge is for how long? 1 year. The reason why we chose 1 year, because in 1 year, you're going to have to pretty much figure out what you're going to do. It's not like 1 day or 2 days we can go in and figure out, okay, I'll do this demonstration or that demonstration. No, we made sure that you have to follow everything by the book. And here, we do this every day. This is something we do every day. My projector, like again, is 720p, cost me $60, and the second one I purchased is $130. Shows that the technology does work, and our customers do not have to sit here and spend all this money for these overpriced, expensive projectors. If they choose not to, they don't have to be forced to spend the money for these projectors to get the image look good. The screen paint does the work, and that's what you need at the end of the day. A product that does the work, not where you had to spend the money for a projector to do the work of what the screen is already supposed to do. And even with all that, you're still stuck in a dark environment. So this challenge will be for 1 year. Now, let's just say they don't do the demonstration. Say they don't do the challenge. Say they ignore it. And they continue to use those high-end expensive projectors, those dark environments, and continue with their demonstrations. Well, it just clearly shows you at the end of the day that it is what we just said. They have to depend on these crutch projectors, crutch environments in order to make the product look good, because without those projectors and that, whatever that dark environment they're sitting in, that product is going to look like crap at the end of the day. And if it's going to look like crap at the end of the day, in order for you to get that same ability that you're doing in that demonstration, you're going to have to spend the money for that projector. All right. Again, saving you thousands. With that being said, let's see if they take the challenge. If they don't, just clearly shows. If we actually offered this the first time, and they basically ignored it because we know they can't work without those projectors. Oh, I forgot to add really quick. Screen size minimum is 130 inches. Lucky my screen's 148. We didn't give you that one. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.